Et salut à tous, c'est Captain et je suis ravi de vous retrouver pour le premier épisode de ce qui sera une longue série, j'espère, sur ce marathon Mass Effect qui commence par Mass Effect 2. J'y reviendrai un peu plus tard. Euh, Pourquoi je voulais vous faire un marathon sur Mass Effect Alors, déjà sur ma chaîne principale, Captain FGD, j'avais fait un guide à l'époque sur Mass Effect 2 qui était et qui est encore sans doute mon jeu préféré. Je pense en tout cas dans une sorte de trilogie de jeux préférés auxquels je pourrais rejouer à peu près n'importe quand. Ça serait Uncharted 2, Mass Effect 2 et The Last of Us. C'est pas forcément dans cet ordre-là, hein, mais c'est vraiment les trois jeux auxquels que je peux rejouer et jamais véritablement me lasser. Donc j'avais envie de refaire Mass Effect parce que vu que j'ai plus de PlayStation, je peux plus jouer à The Last of Us ni Uncharted, donc je me suis dit tiens je vais relancer Mass Effect et enfin, quitte à le refaire, je me suis dit autant en faire une série puisque j'ai comme envie d'amener un personnage jusqu'à la fin de son aventure, donc un Shepard jusqu'à la fin de son aventure dans le 3, et après partir sur Mass Effect Andromeda qui est, je pense, un jeu qui est pas mal sous-estimé, mais j'y reviendrai au moment où je lancerai Andromeda. Euh, je vais d'abord vous faire une petite intro personnelle sur Mass Effect et mon amour pour cette série, enfin en tout cas la découverte de cette série. J'avais acheté le premier Mass Effect avec ma toute première paye, si je me souviens bien. Je devais avoir 17 ans, je crois, un truc comme ça. J'avais eu un emploi saisonnier à la mairie de ma ville. Et avec la paye, donc j'avais mis tout mon argent, je crois, ce qui était d'ailleurs assez con, mais bon. Contre la vie de mes parents, vous savez comment on est quand on touche sa première paye. J'avais mis tout mon argent pour acheter une Xbox 360 à l'époque, avec plusieurs jeux. Je crois que j'avais acheté un pack et j'avais acheté également une collection de mangas, également pour compléter le tout. Euh, donc j'avais vraiment mis quasiment toute ma paye dedans et donc j'avais acheté une Xbox 360. Le problème c'est que j'avais pas vraiment de jeux qui m'intéressaient dessus. Je crois que j'avais acheté avec 5 jeux et les 5 jeux étaient vraiment... j'avais juste dû lancer et puis c'était tout quoi. Et en fait on jouait surtout à l'Xbox avec mes potes quand ils venaient à la maison pour jouer à Call of Duty, surtout mode zombie, sur ma télé. Et donc du coup on se faisait des soirées comme ça, mais quand j'étais tout seul je savais pas à quoi jouer et donc je suis allé sur internet regarder quel jeu pouvait exister pour moi, quel jeu solo surtout pouvait être intéressant. Et là il y a quelqu'un qui avait mis Mass Effect. Et comme je suis assez fan de science-fiction, j'avais regardé rien que la boîte, hein, j'avais pas regardé le pitch. Parce que, euh, parce qu'on est, parce que vraiment j'étais con et dans le sens où euh, j'étais plus intéressé par un jeu à sa couverture que par son histoire ou par son gameplay. Donc j'avais acheté Mass Effect et j'avais pris une putain de claque, je me rappelle. En fait, quand je jouais au jeu, déjà le premier truc qui m'avait surpris donc c'était les dialogues parce que je me suis dit putain mais ça existe vraiment des jeux où on choisit ses dialogues. Oui, je connaissais pas les Baldur, etc. Je connaissais pas le Baldur Gate, etc. Je connaissais aucun jeu BioWare ou aucun jeu à dialogue en fait. Et à chaque fois, en fait, plus j'avançais dans l'histoire, plus je disais non, mais ils vont pas oser aller jusque-là, notamment au niveau de la romance avec Liara. Je me suis dit non, mais ils oseront jamais aller jusque-là, c'est un jeu vidéo, il n'y a pas de romance, c'est pas possible. Et si, ils ont été jusque-là, et puis même l'histoire, la science-fiction avec les Moissonneurs, etc., m'a plu de ouf, les relais, etc. Vraiment tout ce qui touche à l'espace et à la science-fiction, le voyage à l'exploration de l'espace et au mystère dans l'espace, c'est quelque chose qui m'intéresse de fou. Donc c'est pour ça que je pense que j'étais autant captivé. Et donc j'avais acheté le 1, je crois que le 2 je l'avais pas dû l'acheter à la sortie, je crois qu'il était déjà sorti. Attends, comment ça s'est passé pour le 2? Je sais même plus. Ça c'est étrange parce que je me rappelle plus. Bah, je crois que en fait le 2 était déjà sorti quand j'ai commencé à jouer à Mass Effect et je crois que j'étais aussi surpris que je le suis à l'heure actuelle quand j'ai vu qu'il y avait un 2. En gros, le 2 je l'avais acheté sur Xbox 360, sur PS3, je crois, l'année suivante, et du coup sur PC. Je l'ai fini peut-être une dizaine de fois, je pense. Et donc c'est pour ça aussi que je m'étais dit je vais faire un guide, parce que même si mon guide était clairement pas le meilleur, je pense, et je suis pas celui qui connaît le mieux le jeu, je voulais qu'il y ait du contenu, en fait, tout simplement sur Mass Effect, qui soit un peu plus connu. Et si je pouvais aider d'une quelconque façon, même d'une maigre façon, je voulais le faire pour que ce jeu soit vraiment connu. Après, j'ai eu la déception Mass Effect 3, pourtant j'avais commandé en édition collector, etc., le steelbook, vraiment tout ce qu'il fallait. Et puis la fin, je me rappelle, enfin, je vous en parlerai au moment où on fera Mass Effect, mais c'est vraiment une expérience dont je me souviendrai toute ma vie, je pense, de cette fin. Mais malgré le 3, en fait, j'aime toujours autant cette série, même s'il y a vraiment le pincement au cœur de cette fin, vraiment qui fait que cette série ne rentrera peut-être jamais, selon moi, dans la légende, mais restera uniquement comme un très bon jeu de science-fiction. Même si Mass Effect 2 est, selon moi, dans la légende des meilleurs jeux solo, je pense. Euh, Parce que enfin, je trouve quasiment aucun défaut à ce jeu, en fait, vraiment. Euh, Je sais que beaucoup de gens vont dire oui, il n'y a pas d'exploration, c'est linéaire, il n'y a pas de RPG, etc. Honnêtement, je m'en fous, moi je suis juste là pour l'histoire, qu'un jeu soit linéaire ou pas, à partir du moment où je suis porté par l'histoire, par les personnages, et que le gameplay ne me ralentit pas et ne me fait pas pester contre lui, euh, ça me va. Je veux dire, récemment, là, très récemment, en fait, hier, j'ai fini Spec Ops The Line, qui est donc une autre série que vous pouvez retrouver sur la chaîne. Et même si même si le jeu est linéaire et l'histoire est pas mal, j'ai été vraiment retenu par le gameplay qui m'a fait un peu décrocher du jeu, quoi. Alors que c'est pas du tout le cas pour Mass Effect 2 en tout cas, et même pour le 3 d'ailleurs. Mais euh, peut-être parce que le jeu est plus facile, je sais pas. Après donc Mass Effect 2, c'est aussi pourquoi je l'ai aimé à ce point-là, c'est aussi parce qu'il y avait le personnage de Miranda, qui est un de mes personnages enfin oui, c'est clairement même, je pense, mon personnage préféré dans les Mass Effect. Dans tous les Mass Effect réunis. Et après, il y a. Enfin, ce qui est bien dans Mass Effect, c'est qu'il y a un cast assez fou, quoi, de perso. Il y en a vraiment pour tous les goûts, quoi. Je sais que par exemple, Lunder, qui est un de mes acolytes avec qui je joue beaucoup en ligne, lui, c'est Talia à fond. Il y a Liara qui est romançable. Après, si vous pouvez préférer également Ashley pour le personnage peut-être un peu plus militaire. Euh, Plus classique, j'ai envie de dire, militaire, religieux, etc. Euh, Garus, oui c'est ça, j'allais dire Varus, mais non c'est bien Garus. Enfin, il y a tellement de bons persos que c'est difficile de mal choisir, je trouve. Dans Mass Effect, même Jack, je crois que c'est Jack ou Jax, je sais plus. Même elle a ses qualités, quoi, et c'est assez plaisant. Euh, donc pour cette série, on va commencer par Mass Effect 2 parce que Mass Effect 1 sur PC, j'ai vraiment beaucoup de mal à y jouer. Je trouve que c'est vraiment pour le coup un jeu qui n'avait pas forcément bien vieilli, Mass Effect. Et en fait, si j'avais pas le DLC qui me permet de faire à l'aide de la BD interactive, de refaire l'histoire du 1, j'aurais clairement refait Mass Effect 1. Mais là, j'ai pas envie de me taper des séances en Mako, j'ai pas envie de me taper ouais, les missions dans Mass Effect 1, je trouve qu'elles sont assez chiantes pour le coup. C'est vraiment un jeu, encore une fois, comme je le dis, je trouve qu'il a mal vieilli. D'ailleurs, je joue pas sur l'édition légendaire de la trilogie. Donc les graphismes sont pas en ultra HD ou je sais pas quoi. C'est vraiment le jeu de base. Donc ouais, on va commencer une histoire depuis Mass Effect 2 en jouant donc grâce à la bande annonce, enfin pas la bande annonce, n'importe quoi, la bande dessinée, je sais plus comment elle s'appelle. Alors j'espère que ça va marcher parce que le jeu a décidé de ne pas se connecter en ligne. Petit disclaimer, j'avais fait une première tentative de record de cette vidéo avant de me rendre compte que en fait le micro que j'utilisais pour enregistrer était le micro de mon PC portable, enfin sur lequel je suis en train de jouer, mais du coup le tout petit micro au-dessus de l'écran, donc vous entendez, enfin on n'entendait rien quoi, ce qui n'était pas forcément pratique. Euh, je vais jouer en normal, le jeu sera en anglais, juste pour avoir la VO. Ouais, c'est Genesis normalement. Ouais, normalement c'est Genesis qui va me permettre de faire l'histoire du 1. Donc le jeu sera en anglais, en mode normal. Je suis vraiment pas là pour me relever un défi en termes de gameplay ou trucs comme ça. C'est vraiment juste pour chill et puis amener encore une fois enfin, tout simplement faire une saga quoi sur Mass Effect. Tout simplement. Je pense qu'on fera pas mal de DLC. Donc je sais pas combien de temps va durer cette série. Ça va durer sur Mass Effect 2. Je pense qu'on est parti pour. Ça va être des épisodes à peu près d'une heure. On est parti pour, je dirais, 25-30 épisodes peut-être. Et le 3, ça sera pareil. Et Andromeda, ça sera peut-être un peu plus, j'imagine. Euh, J'essaie de voir si j'ai oublié des choses, mais je crois que c'est à peu près tout ce que je voulais dire. On va se lancer ça rapidement. Le son est à 20% à peu près partout Donc si c'est trop fort, je m'en excuse. J'ai augmenté le son de mon micro. Normalement, vous m'entendez bien. Normalement, ça me plaît pas de voir ça. J'espère que... Putain, j'espère que Genesis va marcher. Sinon, faut que je me connecte à ça. Bah écoutez, on se lance ça, hein. Donc new game. On joue un homme. Et je vais laisser toutes les cinématiques évidemment, pour que vous puissiez profiter de l'intrigue. Avec moi. Donc voilà, comme j'ai dit, on est parti. Pour Mass Effect 2.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth. Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
Je suis désolé hein, parce que l'image est ultra sombre, pourtant je suis en brightness plus 2. Peut-être passer en plus 3, plus 4, mais ça risque d'être dégueulasse. Alors j'ai joué également conciliant, j'ai pas précisé. Pas de romance également dans Mass Effect 1. Pas compliquer les choses. Et être un peu RP, c'est-à-dire que mon perso est vraiment du style militaire à fond, le sens du devoir, jusqu'à ce que il y ait l'événement au début de Mass Effect 2 qui va le changer. Enfin, en tout cas, lui voir refaire certaines, lui voir revoir certaines priorités.
Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
The Alliance won't abandon us. We just need to hold on. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker.
Shepard.
Liara, go. Now.
Aye, aye.
que je redoute un peu. D'accord, je pense bien le jeu qui pense que je suis en anglais. Bah oui, forcément, je suis con. Je joue, enfin le jeu est en anglais évidemment. Il y a quoi d'autre? Normalement j'ai pas besoin de choses. Ça, je peux mettre sur ce que je voulais faire du coup en termes de graphique, je vais augmenter la... Voilà. Sinon on va rien voir. Enfin, la question du coup c'est que vu que je suis pas connecté, j'ai toujours cette peur que le jeu soit... qu'il n'y ait pas avec les musiques. Alors, la dernière fois que, enfin, comme je l'ai dit, j'avais fait une première tentative de record, le jeu laguait à mort, j'ai désactivé tous les boosts. Il y a toujours ces petits lags, je sais pas du tout d'où ça vient pour le coup. Parce que c'est quand même un jeu qui date d'il y a plus de 10 ans désormais, et mon PC est quand même pas dégueulasse. Enfin, il est largement capable de faire tourner le jeu, mais ça lag. Je comprends pas pourquoi. J'imagine en fait un genre, enfin, lors de la sortie du jeu, ça devait être tellement surprenant de voir ça, j'imagine.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around for another attack. Watch the arm. Commander! Shepard!
C'est là qu'on va voir si Genesis est bien là ou pas. Sinon c'est pas très grave, hein. Ce serait quand même mieux. Heureusement qu'il n'est pas tombé sur une palette de gaz quand même. Enfin sur une palette gazeuse quoi. Sinon ils n'auraient pas pu récupérer son corps. Si, il y a l'air d'avoir Genesis. Voilà, cool. Parfait.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make, the paths you choose, that turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission, answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Olenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Chief Williams made the mistake of getting too close. It hit her with some type of energy. I grabbed her and threw her out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. Nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Adina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Adina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel Security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren, and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest-looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty.
C'était Tally, pas Talia. Je pense à League of Legends.
Tally's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions. But not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I would need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species. Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Comme j'ai dit, voilà, on part sur ça. Ouais, non, je vous parlerai un peu plus tard de ce que je voulais vous dire.
I decided discretion was the better part of valor, and kept my focus on our goal, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Novarian, where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they weren't having it. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Venezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone. With the information, I tried to reason with Venezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Venezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before.
Alors ça c'est... Si j'avais pas joué à Mass Effect 3, je dirais ça évidemment, mais sachant ce qui va se passer à Mass Effect 3.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base, and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back
Ça c'est...
down.
Même sans connaître Mass Effect 3, peu importe en fait, c'est tout de suite on sauve Rex quoi, c'est un des persos préférés encore une fois.
Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split up my team in 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke, and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign. The Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them.
Alors là j'ai sauvé Ashley parce que Caden j'ai jamais vraiment accroché, enfin j'ai même jamais accroché du tout à ce personnage là. Donc simplement.
Caden was a good man, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. I'd never tell anyone, but I had my doubts. Leaving Caden behind had hardened my resolve, but revealed a soft spot in my defenses. How many more friends and allies would I be willing to sacrifice in order to stop Saren? We arrived on Ilos, close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Citadel fleets battled Saren's army outside, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human alliance fleet in jeopardy.
Le conseil. Une fois, c'est
The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated, and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet, the battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left for me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician. Ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be put in front of him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
Encore une fois, le côté conciliant. Mais ça, ce choix, c'est certainement le choix qui a le moins d'importance dans la série.
Sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Elle est super bien faite quand même cette BD. Je trouve qu'il y a pas un seul point qui manque.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Alors c'est de ça dont je voulais vous parler. Je vais prendre un perso franc-tireur, c'est-à-dire pas dans un... Remarquez, j'hésite. J'aimerais peut-être bien prendre un biotique quand même, parce que j'aime tellement le gameplay biotique avec la charge. On va l'appeler Captain. Captain Shepard. Captain Commander. Voilà. Est-ce que je le pour un soldat. J'aimerais vraiment bien, encore une fois, comme j'ai dit, être un biotique, quoi. Après, le biotique, ça m'empêcherait d'avoir des armes que je trouve pas mal. Ok, en étant soldat, il y a le sniper dont j'ai un peu rien à foutre. C'est une classe dont je peux me séparer. Pour l'apparence par défaut, ça c'est pas un souci. Je pense que je vais prendre celui-là. Alors celui-là... Ouais, on va prendre celui-là parce qu'on a les parents dans le militaire, comme j'ai dit. On va prendre voilà. Et on y est parti. Je crois que c'est pas les choix qui sont si importants que ça en fait. Ça, je crois. C'est plus pour des dialogues secondaires.
He's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of his surroundings. My God, Miranda, I think he's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson, he's not ready yet. Give him the sedative.
Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. That was too close. We almost lost him.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Wake up, Commander. Shepard, do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack. There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry!
Alors c'est ça qu'on va voir également si le jeu lag pas.
Grab the pistol and armor from the locker. You don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon and armor.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol. Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the mechs. Look out! Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles.
Pardon. Ça m'a marqué plusieurs fois d'appuyer sur Shift pour R.
Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position. Don't take any chances. Stay in cover while you take out those mechs. Nice work, Shepard.
Même la zone de tuto en fait, je trouve qu'elle est classe. Surtout la zone de tuto en fait. En fait tout le début du jeu est parfaitement bien pensé. C'est ça qui est assez dingue. Il n'y a pas un seul point je trouve qui ne marche pas dans ce jeu. Enfin dans ce début du jeu en tout cas. Même dans le jeu de base.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long. More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher off the security officer's body. Here come the mechs. Use the
C'est où déjà?
grenade launcher.
J'ai tellement pas souvent d'armes dans le jeu que...
Take the elevator down one floor. Hurry! Get to the door! Run!
Là, le nouveau pouvoir on peut pas se faire le feu.
Head to the next room and I'll try to beat you. Shepard, read me. I've got them closing in on
par là ou pas? C'est de là où on arrive, non? Je crois.
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organs are again functional, and there are signs of rudimentary neurological activity.
C'est parti pour les fameux piratages.
Simple organic reconstruction of the subject to biosynthetic fusion. Initial results promise.
Allez, un peu de crédit. On met ça en backlog.
The cost of this project is astronomical. Over 4 billion credits so far.
Ça a coûté 4 milliards de crédit. Oh, Nicolas Stair.
What are you doing here? I thought you were still a work in progress.
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed, dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
This doesn't look like an Alliance facility.
It is. I can't say much more than that for now. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
En voyant cette cinématique, j'allais dire que c'est Jacob est peut-être le seul que je trouve pas super intéressant dans Mass Effect 2, mais en fait pas vraiment parce que je trouve que même sa mission de loyauté elle est pas mal. Oui, de loyauté.
Falling back. Okay. I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant, but I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. But we lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it? What they're after?
Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me? How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
What do you mean? Cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd have to ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly as you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. Best technology money could buy.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get him out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Question qui m'interpelle là depuis le début de cet épisode, c'est qu'est-ce qui a mené l'attaque sur ce centre de recherche médicale. Je sais pas si c'était les Moissonneurs avaient un rapport avec ça ou si c'était le précédent.
Wilson, find us another route out of here. Preferably one that doesn't lead straight into an enemy squad.
Just, oh god. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh god! I'm hit!
C'est le Shadowbreaker, il me semble. Je me souviens que c'est le Shadowbreaker.
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological.
Shepard! Down! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Medi-gel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Ah,
the Medi-gel from the
petit
first aid
point,
station.
c'est une petite anecdote perso. Ça va vous paraître vraiment con, mais au moment là, en fait, j'avais pas compris. J'avais pas vu le zoom sur que c'était dans la même pièce. En fait, pour moi, c'était dans une pièce différente, genre derrière une baie vitrée. Et donc, je me rappelle que lors de cette mission, j'étais resté 10 minutes en me disant, mais putain, mais c'est où, je comprends pas, c'est quoi ce bordel? Je suis con ou quoi? Et oui, j'étais con. Alors qu'il y a la flèche, mais je crois que j'étais parti comme ça. Et j'avais dû faire, mais je comprends pas. Peut-être pas 10 minutes, mais genre, je crois que j'étais parti par là. Ah ouais, j'étais parti. C'était la merde. Je me rappelle. Alors.
Thanks, Shepard.
C'est le genre d'anecdote que je vous proposerai pas mal.
Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe, then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Then why did you wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor, but that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves. The shuttle bay is only a few. I'm gonna overload the canister.
J'adore la voix du mec qui est il est en mode panique, il a 2 secondes plus tôt, et là, je peux surcharger.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Okay, we took him down, but this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Alors, théoriquement, si je joue RP, c'est ça. Mais on va plus mettre ça.
Should I recognize that name?
Maybe that's a side effect of your recovery. You and Cerberus certainly have a history. According to the Alliance, we're a radical pro-human splinter group. You wiped out several of our research bases. But things change. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Elusive Man? Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah, that's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
I don't care what they did or what you say. I'm not working with terrorists.
You can tell it to the boss, but after we've saved our butts. We're almost at...
Alors, le piratage. C'est un peu plus compliqué celui-là. Ce qui est bizarre, c'est que celui-là, on utilise les flèches. Enfin, moi, je pensais qu'on devait cliquer, mais la première fois, ça m'a surpris quand je jouais sur... La première fois que j'ai joué sur PC, ça m'a surpris. C'est là qu'on sent vraiment que le jeu, je pense, a été pensé à la base pour la manette. What? Oula, bah ouais, ça lag toujours. C'était également dans cette salle que ça laguait le plus la première fois, donc là je comprends. Est-ce que c'est juste cette salle là, j'espère, parce que sinon le jeu va être un peu chiant. Ça lag de fou, hein. On est d'accord. C'est pas du lag, c'est du drop de framerate. Le problème c'est que si j'avance par là, je vais me faire pousser à gauche. C'est à gauche ou à droite? Je sais plus où il arrive. Bah, il se fait. C'est là-bas, non? Ok, bah écoutez, la zone tuto va être terminée. Hop. Avec cette... Là j'en avais une avant. Ouais. C'est moi ou il n'y avait pas? D'accord, mais... D'accord.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared. In addition to the expected burns and internal injuries from the explosion, subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the extent of the physical trauma, this assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Ouais, c'est ça qui est bizarre, je trouve. Je sais plus qui a engagé Wilson. Ou est-ce qu'il l'a fait tout seul, mais je crois pas. Donc il y a forcément quelqu'un qui l'a engagé. Ouais, on y va.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
If you say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life? Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Where are we going?
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
Je me demande si j'avais... Enfin, j'ai lu les 5 livres sur Mass Effect, mais je sais plus s'il y a un livre où on nous parle de comment l'homme trouble a réussi à récupérer le corps de Shepard. Je crois qu'il a fait une sorte de deal avec quelqu'un, il me semble. Est-ce que c'était pas lui qui l'avait au départ?
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Did you say 2 years? I've been gone that long?
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a spacer kid. Raised mostly on one ship or another. You enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position. I did what I had to.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. I had friends who were there. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Lieutenant Caden Alenko was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave him behind?
I left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Caden gave his life for the rest of the team. Without him, I couldn't have stopped Saren. He died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
Bien.
The elusive man is waiting for you.
On va sauvegarder. Et c'est là que je vais m'arrêter pour cet épisode qui fait quasiment 1 heure, je crois. Je suis pas loin de pile heure. Donc au prochain épisode, on s'occupera d'aller parler à l'homme trouble, d'aller donc récupérer non, j'allais dire notre troisième membre d'équipage, mais non. Enfin, moi, qu'on compte ce Joker comme un membre de l'équipage. Dans le prochain épisode, on va retrouver Tali et découvrir pour la première fois les récolteurs. Ouais, c'est à peu près tout ce que je veux dire. Je voulais faire un point vite fait sur les skins normalement, vu que j'ai acheté quasiment tous les DLC sur cette édition. Je crois que j'ai tous les skins. Les persos, je sais pas encore si je vais mettre celui de Miranda. Je l'aime pas forcément le Miranda en armure. En fait, je l'aime pas du tout. Je préfère largement sa tenue de loyauté. Après, pour les autres, on verra bien. Du coup, peut-être l'armure de sang sur Shepard. Je sais pas. J'aime bien le N7 aussi, donc je sais pas. J'aime aussi l'armure de sang. Donc, le dragon de sang, pardon. Donc on verra bien. Mais voilà, sinon c'est tout ce que j'allais dire pour cet épisode, donc j'espère que ça vous a plu, et j'espère que vous vous retrouverez pour d'autres épisodes sur cette série et sur le marathon Mass Effect qui s'annonce. En attendant, portez-vous bien, et je vous retrouve donc comme vous le souhaitez pour de nouveaux épisodes sur Mass Effect. A très bientôt.